The movie begins in 1986. A mother and her daughter are seen playing in the fields when suddenly they scream in fear. The sea scattered human body parts in the field, indicating that someone was murdered and dismembered there. To explain how this happened, the story flashes back to a night when a meteor shower is expected. Many people gather at a relaxation point to watch it, including a group of 3 friends on a picnic. The movie then shows people's beliefs related to meteors. Earlier generations believed that when meteors fall to Earth, they bring destruction or sorrow, endangering human lives. Some religious individuals think that when evil increases on Earth, God sends meteors as a punishment. The story returns to the present. Castor's group travels through the forest and meets an old man, actually the elder Popeye, who warns them to turn back and avoid the danger of meteors. They ignore his advice, so he leaves. Upon reaching the picnic spot, they find 2 of their friends already there, having prepared everything. Castor's sister Olive goes to check the area and sees 2 boys brutally beating an old man. When she tries to stop them, they eye her with bad intentions, but flee when they see her brother and friends approaching. The group helps the old man, who holds a comic book he strongly believes in. He warns them that these meteors will turn humans into mutants. He urges them to leave before it's too late, claiming these meteors are evil, but the group doesn't take him seriously and gives him some money instead. Later, 2 more friends arrive with drugs, and the group indulges in them. As evening falls, Popeye is seen fishing. A small meteor falls into his cigar without him noticing, and when he inhales it, his condition worsens. He doesn't die but begins to mutate. His body parts grow abnormally, turning him into a mutant. As a mutant, he no longer feels pain and leaves the water. The same 2 boys who bullied the old man earlier now try to bully Popeye. One punches him, but Popeye, enraged, hits back so hard that the boy's face shatters and he dies instantly. Popeye then breaks off the boy's hand bone and uses it as a cigar pipe after his own pipe is damaged. The other boy runs to Olive's group to warn them about the monster coming to kill them. They ignore him, not realizing he is covered in blood. One of the group members goes to the restroom and Popeye also enters. He looks at Popeye questioningly, but Popeye grabs his head and twists it until it breaks off. He tosses the head aside like trash and sits on the boy's body. The scene ends with a terrifying view of the boy's moving eyes. The scene returns to the group. One couple enters a tent, while the remaining 4 lie under the open sky, enjoying the meteor shower. While chatting, they realize that the friend who went to the restroom hasn't returned yet. Fear sets in and they decide to search for him. Meanwhile, Popeye approaches the tents. Inside the tent, the boy from the couple is suddenly killed when Popeye stabs his skull with a sharp bone. He then twists the girl's head, snapping it off as well. The group still hasn't found their missing friend, so they split into pairs to look for him. Castor and his girlfriend go one way, while Olive and Monique head in the opposite direction. Olive's side comes across a fallen meteorite, while Castor's side finds the corpse of their friend. Headless and horrifying, they scream in shock. On the other side, Olive screams too. Monique was about to propose to her when, during the proposal, a meteor crashes into the Monique's head, killing her instantly. Witnessing such a gruesome death in front of her eyes, Olive screams in terror and decides to return to camp. Castor and Lizzie also head back to the camp. Along the way, they run into Olive. All 3 scream in fright and share the terrifying events they just experienced. Regret sets in. They now wish they had listened to the warnings to leave earlier. They decide to escape quickly, but when they return to the camp, they see Popeye calmly sitting there. They are shocked. How did the old man they saw earlier become so powerful? Now they're panicking as the car keys are inside the tent near Popeye. Olive decides to risk her life and crawl toward the tent, hiding and sneaking inside. She sees the corpses and is terrified but stays quiet, focusing on her mission to retrieve the keys. She believes Popeye hasn't noticed her, but she is wrong. Suddenly, Popeye grabs her legs and drags her out of the tent. Just before he can kill her, Castor distracts Popeye from behind, saving Olive. She grabs the keys and runs to Lizzie. By the time they reach the car, they are devastated. A meteor has destroyed the entire vehicle. Now they start worrying about Castor's safety too. Olive then mentions that she and Castor frequently visit a nearby abandoned factory, and she's sure he must have gone there. They rush to the factory to rescue him. On the way, they come across the mutilated body of the old man who had earlier warned them that the comic was evil and would bring destruction. Before they can continue their search, Popeye appears, dragging Castor with him. Lizzie rushes to help him, but Popeye strikes her face so violently that it shatters, killing her on the spot. Popeye then turns toward Castor and throws him into a chemical tank, dissolving his body so completely that not even bones remain. Only Olive survives and runs to the factory to save herself. There, she meets an old man holding a shotgun. She tells him everything, that a monstrous man is chasing her and has killed all her group members. After hearing her story, the old man scolds her, making Olive even more frightened. However, he also reveals that he has created something specifically to fight such creatures and situations. The object is not shown, but Olive is visibly shocked upon seeing it. Suddenly, they hear a noise from outside. The old man tells Olive to stay inside and goes out in his wheelchair. As expected, Popeye grabs the old man and kills him with a wooden plank. During all this, Olive runs outside too, determined to fight Popeye. But overpowering him proves impossible. Popeye easily throws her aside. Just as he's about to kill her, the injured boy, who earlier warned everyone about Popeye, arrives. He attacks Popeye by taking the meteor from Popeye's cigar and throwing it at him. The attack doesn't cause much damage but enrages Popeye. Popeye violently knocks the boy to the ground and crushes his face under his foot, killing him. Meanwhile, the meteor that Popeye dropped falls near Olive. When she picks it up, her hand burns, but she doesn't let go. Instead, she throws it into the generator of a chainsaw machine. Chainsaw powers up. This was the weapon the old man had mentioned. Olive, full of courage, grabs the chainsaw and approaches Popeye. Popeye, unwilling to lose, looks for a weapon but only finds a hammer. Using her wit and bravery, Olive slices Popeye's body in two with a single strike. Believing she has finally ended him, she walks away. But by morning, Popeye's corpse is missing, indicating he is still alive. Olive, who had fallen asleep there overnight, wakes up to this terrifying realization. She knows how dangerous he can be and starts preparing for their next encounter. Weeks pass. News reports reveal that Popeye has now reached New York and is causing destruction everywhere. Meanwhile, Olive is preparing for their final showdown. She creates a mechanical arm to fight Popeye. The story ends here with the mystery. Will Olive be able to defeat Popeye once and for all? I hope you liked my video. If you did, please like and share it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We keep bringing such content regularly. Peace.